Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Net Crochet Tejido. In this video I'm going to teach you how to knit this beautiful fern leaf motif. This one is done bottom up. Before I did this one top down. They're very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and here is the list of material you're going to need to make it. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and click on the little bell, that way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you'll find the English version in there. Remember, I upload my videos Spanish 8 o'clock in the morning, Wednesdays and Saturday, and English 9 o'clock in the morning. To make this stitch, I'm gonna use this leftover yarn from Loops and Thread Impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic. The color is soft rose, and these balls are 128 grams when they are new. I'm gonna use the 4.5 millimeter needles and these two markers, one round counter or row counter and one marker to mark the border. This is the stitch that we're gonna do. I already showed you how to do this one top down. Now I'm gonna show you bottom up. And for this one, the multiple was 21 plus 2. For the bottom up is 21 plus 1 plus the border stitches. So in this one I did 5 on each side, and I knit them in the right side and I knit them in the wrong side. So now what I'm gonna do is knit them in the right side and purl on the wrong side. That way you see the difference between the border stitches done like the stitch of the motif. I'm gonna cast on 32 stitches and I'm gonna do just one motif in the center. I'm gonna start by doing a slip knot. And I'm gonna cast on my 22 stitches for the motif plus 10 for the borders, 5 and 5. So for this one the amount was 21 plus 2 plus the 10 for the borders, 5 and 5. Now for this one is 21 plus 1 plus the 10 for the border. So I'm gonna cast on my stitches. I will do a knot with the tail, that way I secure my work in the last stitch. And then we're gonna start with 2 rows of purl in the right side for the border. I cast on my 32 stitches. Now I'm gonna do a purl row and go back with a row of net. That way in the right side there will be 2 rows of purl. And I don't count these 2 rows because these are border for the border, so these are optional, these 2 rows. So I'll continue all the way until the end with this purl row. We're going to start with row 1 and we have 5 border stitches, but the first and last stitch in the right side of the work I will purl those stitches, that way it don't curl to the inside. So the first one of those 5 border stitches you're going to purl, and then the other 4 you're going to knit. 4, and 5. I'm gonna place my row counter, that way I can mark those 5 border stitches. And now we're gonna start with the stitches. If you're gonna make more than one motif, you will do the repetition from here until 21 stitches, because the last of those 22 stitches is for the end. So you will work your motif and start all over again from here and over, and then at the end you'll do one stitch that will be a net, and then the 5 border stitch. So you're gonna start with one net, yarn over, net 3. So since I had to do a net after the yarn over, you only have to bring the yarn to the front, and when you do that net, you create the yarn over and top of your needle. So that's 1, 2, and 3 net. Now we're gonna SSK, so you're gonna slip netwise 1 and slip netwise the second one, and now you're gonna knit those 2 together through the back strand. So to do that, what I do, this is my way of doing it, I just pass the left hand needle through the front of those 2 strands, and you see that needle is ready to knit those 2 together through the back strand. Now you're gonna knit 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 net stitches. Now you're gonna knit 2 together. You're gonna knit 3, 1, 2, and 3, yarn over. If you are creating more motif, and then you go back again here where you start with that one net, the one that you did after the marker, so you start all over again until this yarn over. And if you are only doing one motif, you will knit 1 more. So when you knit here, you create the yarn over and top of the needle, and then you will place your marker, and you have 5 stitches left. You will knit 4, and the last stitch you will purl. I mark row 1. So now for 2, you're gonna work and the wrong side of the piece. This side, all the stitches also work as purl. So you're gonna purl your 5 stitches for the border. You're gonna pass your marker, and now we're gonna work on the stitches for the motif. We're gonna purl 1. And if you make it more than one motif, and then from here is where you will do the repetition until the stitch that is before the marker. Those are the 21 stitches. So you will purl 1. You see that's the yarn over. You purl 1, yarn over, purl 3. Since we're gonna purl after the yarn over, so you have to wrap your yarn and bring it to the front for the yarn over, and you're gonna purl 3. 1, 2, and 3 purl. Now we're gonna purl 2 together, so just a regular 2 together. Now you're gonna purl 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 purl stitches. Now we're gonna SSP, that is a slip, knitwise. You're gonna place those 2 stitches back to the left hand needle, and now you're gonna purl those 2 together through the back strand, going through the second one first. I already have 2 videos, very short videos, that I show you how to SSK and how to SSP. So I will leave those 2 links in here, that way you can see those videos a little bit more detailed than here. So you're gonna pass through the second stitch to that back strand, right through, and through the first one in between, and you're gonna purl those 2 together, and that is SSP. It looks more complicated than what it is. After that, you're gonna purl 3, yarn over, purl 2. So since it's a purl, after the yarn over, you have to wrap around and bring it to the front and purl 2. If you're doing more than one motif, you come back here to the second purl before the yarn over, and then you do a purl, yarn over, and so on until this point again. And if you're making more motif, you will repeat that over and over. And if you are only making one like me, you will purl your 5 border stitches. Now we're gonna work row 3. We're gonna work our 5 border stitches. The first one is a purl, the other 4 nets, 3, 4, 5 border stitches. You're gonna pass the marker. Now we're gonna work on our motif. Now we're gonna net 3, and I don't want to continue mentioning from where to where is the repetition of the more than one motif, because I'm gonna leave the pattern here in the screen. You will see the pattern, and from start to start you do the repetition for more than one motif. So I'm not going to repeat anymore from where to where because it takes too long. So I'm gonna net 3, yarn over, net 3, so yarn to the front for the yarn over, and net 3. So you see, that's the yarn over on top of your needle. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna SSK, so a slip knitwise, a slip knitwise, and you're gonna knit those 2 together through the back strand. So just by passing the left hand needle through that 2 front strand, you'll have the back needle right into the right place to knit those 2 together through the back strand. Now you're gonna knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 knit stitches. Now you're gonna knit 2 together. This is a regular knit 2 together. You're gonna knit 3, and 3, yarn over, knit 2, but since I'm working only one motif, I had to knit 3, so yarn over, knit 3, 1, 2, and 3. I will pass the marker, knit 4, and purl the last one for the border stitches. For row 4, you're gonna purl your 5 border stitches. Three, 4, and 5. You're gonna pass the marker and we're gonna start with the motif. Purl 1. Now you're gonna purl 3 more. In total of 4 purls. Now yarn over, purl 3. Since it's a purl after the yarn over, so you have to wrap and bring to the front and purl 3. 1, 2, purl 3. Now you're gonna purl 2 together, just a regular 2 together. Now you're gonna purl 4. 1, 2, and 4. You're gonna SSP, so a slip knitwise, a slip knitwise, pass them back to the left hand needle, go to the back through the second stitch to the front, and you bring it to the front as 2 purl those 2 together. I passed it through the wrong strand. Now you're gonna purl 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, and you're gonna purl the rest of the stitches. If you're not doing any more motif, that will be 4 purl. So yarn over, so bring the yarn over to the front, wrapping around the needle, and purl 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna pass the marker and purl my 5 border stitches. Row 5, border stitches, 1 purl for net, three, 4, and 5 border stitches. You're gonna pass the marker and we're gonna start with the stitches for the motif. You're gonna net 5, 4, and 5, yarn over, net 3. Yarn to the front for the yarn over and net 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna SSK, so slip knitwise, slip knitwise, and knit those 2 together through the back strand. Knit 2, knit 2 together, just a regular knit 2 together, knit 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now yarn over, knit 5. Yarn to the front for the yarn over, knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pass the marker, knit 4, and the last one a purl. Now we're gonna work on row 6. That's the last row. Those are the 6 row repetitions that you're gonna do over and over. So I'm gonna start with my border stitches. So there are 5 purl, I'm gonna pass the marker and we're gonna start with. Now you have to purl 1 plus 5 is 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over, purl 3. Since it's a purl after the yarn over, you have to wrap and bring to the front and purl 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're gonna do 2 together on a purl stitch, and you're gonna SSP. So slip knit wise, slip knit wise, and you're gonna place them back to the left hand needle, and you're gonna knit those 2 together, purl those 2 together, I'm sorry, through the back to the front. So you just did purl 2 together and SSP at the center. You're gonna purl 3, yarn over, purl 6. So you're gonna do the yarn over, yarn wrap around for. So you're gonna purl 3, purl 3, yarn over, purl 6, yarn to the front, wrap and yarn to the front for the yarn over. And now you have to purl 6 plus the border stitches, so you have to purl all the stitches left on your needle. I finished those 6 row repetition, and that is what you're gonna repeat over and over for this motif. I'm gonna record just with music in the background, 1 more repetition. Also, I left here, you're gonna see every single row. You can write it in a piece of paper, it'll be easier for you to guide yourself. And I'm gonna do after that the same amount of repetition as this. That way I will show you side by side, bottom up and top down, the motif. Well, I show you 2 full repetitions of those 6 rows. Now I'm going to work a few more off camera and I will show you the end result. When I finish my repetition, I will do 1 row of purl in the right side, 1 row on net in the wrong side, and I will cast off or bind off with purl stitches. I did 5 repetitions of the motifs and they look like this. I finished with 2 rows of purl in the right side. So I did in the right side purl and the wrong side net, and then I cast off or bind off with purl stitches, and it look like that in both border. So this one I start bottom up, this one I did top down, and they look like this. So if you make more than one of these motifs, you'll have like this in the border, because that is from that net, and here is my stitches. The same with this one. They will be from here to here each repetition, the 21 stitches. So they will be like with a curve as borders. Well, I hope you guys like it, and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make these motifs or anything with them and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Net Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Ruby Net Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family, that way you help me grow here on YouTube. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to do this in the round. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.